Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Anudeep Sharma and I'm a robotic software engineer based in the US. On this channel, I've started to document and explore some of the ideas that I'm passionate about, and hopefully you guys can take something out of it. So this is the deal, I don't watch news since I don't know when. Just hear me out, this might sound crazy, but I have completely cut news from my life. Yes, there is this occasional friend who sends some reels of some president standing or some random war happening, but for the most part, I'm out. Right from the childhood, news has been this high energy thing booming on TVs with bold red breaking news slogans floating across colorful flashy ribbons, and there are people who are dressed in suits shouting on each other for pointless stuff happening in some corner of the world. I used to be this person who would be actively involved in national and international news and discuss with my friends, thereby contributing to the momentum. But the water got above nose really during the 2019 pandemic, where I was literally glued to the TVs and online articles. I was trying to figure out what was happening, but for the most part, it was frightening and I was in a state of panic. And the worst part was I was so stuck into this narrative that was being sold into a bubble that mostly comprised of panic and anxiety. And the worst part is, I could feel myself becoming more pessimistic and resentful and less trustful of the people and the world around me. That is something that I don't want to. That is really not how I want to live my life, and that is when I decided, okay, I'm gonna cut out news, not as a 1 week or a 30-day experiment, which I usually do, and some of which I'm gonna document on this channel as well, but as sort of a lifestyle change. So no CNN, no BBC, no Fox News, nothing. I really used to think that it is my obligation to be an informed citizen, but this really is the time when my perspective started to shift. So firstly, staying informed about what? The stuff that they call news is some random happening occurring at some random place in the world, and so basically you're letting a bunch of people decide what is important to you and what you should focus on. They get to decide the 5 stories which you should focus on out of all the things that are happening in this world. And really, I'm not advocating for denial or something. I'm not saying that if you choose to ignore news, you'll be at peace or anything. I just don't buy this shit. And most importantly, how is this helping me? I think it was Blaise Pascal who said that most of humanity's problem arises from the fact that a man cannot sit in a room alone. And I really look forward to those deep work sessions where I get into the flow state, where I don't know how the time passes, when the time passes, because I'm so engrossed in the work that I'm doing. And in a world of distractions, it really is very difficult to be focused because we are constantly bugged by notifications from phones, from our social media platforms, from news, and all of this in the name of staying informed. It really kills all the good that we can achieve on an individual level. Imagine if all of us did our best, we would make this world a wonderful place. And doing our best means doing our good focused work. Notifications from news and social media, they just destroy all this good jazz. Leaving the news made me less vulnerable to break those deep work sessions to check what the new development is on the next presidential elections or the Ukraine war or some random celebrity bullshit. It really is just a bunch of problems and no solution, and a lot of anxiety. I honestly feel that this does not reflect the reality of life, because this is a very powerless way of looking at problems. All I'm saying is that people may like it, but I want to spend my time in a better way because we are given one life, and I just want to squeeze the shit out of every moment and not be stuck in these made up narratives that dictate how people feel about themselves and the world around them. Let's be honest, the internet provides endless supply of content that can cause outrages, and I don't want to be a keyboard warrior typing out comments on some random post or some random video that I saw online. That's why in recent times I have made it a deliberate practice to cut out news from my life. I went out so far as to delete all the social media apps from my phone. I was off of Instagram for a while, even during university, which might seem a bit extreme because I wasn't aware of the memes that were floating around. My only interaction of news was at family dinners, and then too I would distract myself to do something else because I wouldn't want to listen to some random people twice or thrice my age shouting on some random shit that is happening around the world. For some time I transitioned to Indian Hindi news, but it was the same story, just a different prime minister, a different language maybe. I wrote a newsletter article some time ago, and I want to reaffirm the fact that our brains are not equipped to handle so much information all at once. For centuries, people did just fine, not knowing what all was happening around the world at every instant. We are just not physically designed to absorb all of the world's breaking news and 24/7 emergencies injected right into the skull at every moment. Some of the world's best researchers, best best statisticians, basically the best people of our generation, are finding ways to hook up to these news articles and social media posts, and we simply fall for it. And this, my friend, is the modern struggle. I choose simply to not fight the struggle by avoiding it. The bottom line is, if it is not important in 1 month, it was never important. But all the breaking news is important right now. And by avoiding news, I have become a more calmer person, a more clearer thinker, and this has blended to other areas of life as well. And this is just by not watching the news. I'm not talking about exercise, I'm not talking about meditation. Just by avoiding the news, I am able to bring this positivity into my life, which has been really welcome. My mood has improved, my outlook on things has been a bit lighthearted, and not ruminating over news has actually freed up a lot of time for the other things in life. See, the world is not ending yet, and nothing is going to come to a stop if you don't watch that panel discussion. And really, I am not ignoring stuff like climate change, but I really want to embed this philosophy of internal locus of control, which is a Stoic philosophy where you strictly focus on what is under your control and leave everything that is not. Anyways, over the years, I have started to watch news again, but with extreme moderation. I have curated my Twitter and Instagram feeds so that I get those snapshots of news which I like, and I have a couple of podcasts and newsletter which fill me in on a month's worth of tech, finance and business news. And that's enough, Let me know in the comments what you feel about this, and if you will be willing to give up news for your mental peace. I hope you found value in this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. It always means a lot. And this is me signing off. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.